Got some hymns. I do love hymns. It's probably one of my favorites. But wait, okay. I'm gonna tell him uranium mining, baby. This is a nice little ETF, a nice one. And if I'm correct, which I will prove my theory, okay? Because some people need proof. You got a 3.8% dividend. I do indeed like that. And every miner in here I like, except the Canadian is a tricky. But let me double check here, because our DNN mines in America, because wait, no, that's not good, because sometimes you have a Canadian company, but their mining rights, mining license will be in America, like TMC. Daddy Gerard did the smart thing. He was like, I'm going to apply through America. So now tariffs and whatnot, not going to affect them. So same with TMQ. They also did that. So you have two little, TMC is barely little. I don't know if you want to do TMC. I have a crush on Gerard. I'm in love with him. I honestly think that I could end up living in Australia with him. He's a gay man, but aren't you all? So I don't know. I think, and I was thinking too about their shit, like the drilling and whatnot, but they're not drilling. They're just gently scraping the surface of the seafloor. And they have investors from Hess and this Korean company, didn't even dilute. That's such a fucking pleasant sign for TMC, okay? And then the uranium, I like that. I kind of don't like the DNN thing. That makes me nervous. Now I feel bad. I've told people to go into this. I'm going to have to think on this because I think Mark Carney, he'll work it out. He'll work that shit out. And I wonder if that's why, well, they also are dropping because of trade deal with China, but China doesn't really sell us uranium. We get a lot of uranium from Russia. Actually, China does sell us uranium because after that thing happened, Biden banned Russian uranium sale. Biden banned uranium getting from China. Then, all of a sudden, we went from importing like no uranium from China to importing like a shitload of uranium from China. So clearly, God, they're idiots. All right. And then, so you need an energy stack here, my guy. Hymns, we love hymns. When did you get 100% gain on hymns? So that is, and this telehealth shit, dude, they're going to close thousands of rural hospitals. And CEO Watchlist wants to call me a conspiracy theorist. I do love CEO Watchlist. He gives good finds. But hospital closures, rural America, dude, just go through page after page after page after page of Google News. So like telehealth is going to be huge. Like fucking huge. I mean, and you're good on just hymns, but I do like me some T-Doc. And T-Doc had good earnings. And T-Doc's problem is they had this thing, Better Health, okay? And Better Health didn't hand out scripts. So who the fuck goes to a therapist if they don't want some fucking candy afterwards? That's fucking retarded. Oops, sorry. But I don't know. T-Doc, they acquired another telehealth company that does give out candy. So I think they're going to be doing a lot better. And then AMD, I mean, that's just the same as NVIDIA. You're better off with NVIDIA if you even see, like, and AMD, I mean, obviously it's a strong company. That bitch, the CEO of AMD is actually Jensen's cousin. I think that's the only reason she might do halfway decent, because Wall Street hates fucking women CEO. Hates them. And however manly she looks, her haircut is, I mean, Wall Street still hates her. She still has a pussy, so it's a problem for her. It's definitely a problem for her. Look at her. She looks like Jensen. I don't know why people are so rude. Obviously, AMD is a nice guy, but I just think, you know what? I like an American chip company, a little one for growth. Because it's possible, I mean, I'm sure AMD will go up, but they're not going to do Jensen shit. They're never going to do Jensen shit because she's a woman. Unless Jensen cloned himself. I like these guys, Arteris. They're a smaller one, a smaller chip. Intellectual property technology products include non-coherent, I don't even know, whatever they're doing, same kind of shit as Jensen, just cheaper. And they got an AI Engineering Innovation Award. Unless they paid for it, I would say that's nice for them. So I do like AIP. Then you got SoFi and New. New is going to be a founders fund, except the founders fund is playing tricks on me, like they often do. and they took out some of them. But if new is still in there, because you could say, well, that's a Brazilian one, I want to say. A Brazilian fintech, if my memory serves me. Let's see. New. I don't know if that's a new bank. Is it? But Affirm, that's another Peter Thiel, and I think they could have good. And you know what else? PayPal. See a watch list called PayPal shitty today too. And I don't think that's the case at all. Because I saw their CEO on the news talking about whatchamacallit. See, exceeds the buy now, pay later shit that's going to get all sorts of people on the fucked up. That's for sure. What's PayPal's dividend? None. That's stupid. Fuck it then. And then that's just pricey. New holdings. I don't think that's what you would have. Is this one Cayman Islands? Yeah, I don't see why that wouldn't do well. This person, it's the only one they have in their portfolio. And then, I mean, SoFi is SoFi. SoFi will do well, especially with banking restrictions. But you want to know what I want. You want to know what I want. That Fannie Mae, baby. Fucking Fannie Mae. I mean, this one, and okay, I'm going to tell you why I like my Fannie Mae. We got our housing daddy Polte. All this motherfucker does, I'm almost positive half the time he's drunk, they're going to say that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are going to be allowed to use cryptocurrency as capital when you asset for a mortgage. Dude, I don't know how many people hold crypto that's going to be, are people really holding? I guess so. Bitcoin's worth a lot. So, and probably for the criminals, this could be excellent for the criminals. So, fucking Fannie Mae, baby. And they're in this conservatorship. Them and this other one that Polte pumps, FMCC. And once they're not in the conservatorship, or even just lifting certain restrictions in the conservatorship, they're going to pop. And it's basically this guy's whole fucking life goal to get Fannie Mae out of the conservatorship. And if you follow on there, you'll see how much he does. Oscar is an excellent one. Super excellent. Peter Thiel, except it's looking as though he took Oscar off his list as well, which makes me upset, but I feel like, nope, there it is. Perfect. That's another one, because Peter Thiel's a king. I think I like that a lot. And then, I don't know, I'm betting on stupid fucking hit, which maybe it won't be so stupid. That was the DeepSeek shit. Dropped them like a motherfucker, but all my bet on these guys is going to go on stuff that Kennedy and Marty McParty are saying. How they're going to use AI in healthcare. They're going to use AI at the FDA. They're just going to use AI in everything. They think AI is good to go for the health. Make America healthy again with AI. So, I don't know. That's why I think HIT could do something. I don't know. It's not my biggest. That's just a bet. Archer. I love Archer. Obviously, I love Archer. And they're going to Indonesia. Japan, all these island countries is perfect. And then Abu Dhabi, Dubai, a little tricky right now. Riyadh, a little tricky, but that's why. But Archer, not worried about it. Because all this shit, it'll clear up. I'm sure of it. And once Archer gets their proof for their Midnight Craft, a military vehicle, get out of here. Archer's partnered with Anduril. Archer's partnered with Palantir. So Archer and Palantir are like coming up with this. You know what? They should have went on more too, because this FAA thing, they're going to I don't know. Archer, Palantir, FAA. They've been having all these meetings to build the announcement. Also receive all the FAA for pilot training. That's huge. They're just on their way. Archer, that's a growth stock for sure. Another growth stock that I think could be, I think Hover can do Archer things. I think Hover can do Archer things in a shorter amount of time, because Archer has been such a long speculative road. You see all of these jumps, right? But Hover, oh no, this is, Archer looks the same way. That's Hover. But Hover, let's see Archer's rise. Well, before this though, so you could say that nobody really thought that these eVTOLs would even be a thing. When they were talking flying air taxis for the past 5 years, people thought they were fucking idiots. But now that people are going to see, and I think that's excellent for Hover, because when they start they need partners for sure, because they're just engineering the craft, and it's a father-son duo. Reminds me of like Rocket Lab. You don't have any space stock. You also have, but hover, very bullish, long road for profits. But I think speculation will be very, very nice for hover. You need some space stocks because space is the future. And there's a lot of different ones. Obviously, I'm incredibly partial to Rocket Lab. Or you could do a space ETF. Then you got Redwire. They make the components for these space companies, so they're going to go up regardless on anything. And then you got Black Sky. That's going to be satellite. Dude, all these things. But then, of course, Amazon is going to have their Project Cooper. He's launching satellites all over the place, just like Elon. Project Cooper is going to be a freaking competitor to Starlink, dude. I mean, it's just going to be insane. His second batch just got launched. Dude, Project Cooper and U.S. National Science Foundation. So you never, ever go wrong with the Jad Man, dude. And the Project Cooper shit is going to bring them to a new level. Not only that, when we were talking healthcare and the hospital cuts, Jad Man has Amazon Health. Dude, One Medical, 24 on-demand care. I'm telling you guys. Pay for a visit. Dude, I didn't even know they had this. Dude. Amazon, 100%. 100%. Lemonade, I don't know what lemonade is. LMND. Let's see. And then I would have to say LMND. Some energy stocks, because none of this runs without energy. Lemonade is insurance. That's good. Yeah, that you could say this will be good. Well, is it tele insurance? How are they offering the insurance, I might say? Because for tele insurance, you have two insurance companies, Lemonade and Oscar. So I think Oscar is going to probably, maybe not. I don't know anything about Lemonade. Maybe they do better than Oscar, but that is two. So Oklo, there is an ETF with Oklo in it, if you looked at those, but these small nuclear reactor guys, they're going to be huge. Oh, and Oklo is going to make a small nuclear reactor for the Army. Dude, and Oklo is going to be partnered with Sam Altman. Sam Altman was on the board of Oklo. Sam Altman owns OpenAI, which is ChatGPT. And then, so Sam Altman left the board of Oklo because he said it would be a conflict of interest. But he didn't say for what. Obviously, it's because Oklo is going to provide the small nuclear reactor to OpenAI, I would assume. And then also, Chris Wright, the Secretary of Energy, he's obsessed with nuclear, and he had to resign from the board of Oklo days before he took office. So Oklo, I think they are a huge player in the small nuclear reactor game, for sure. But then you also have all these other little nuclear reactor or nuclear companies or power companies. It would help to get into a power company, I would say. Recommend. I like ETR. They all have dividends too. That one's a fun one. Mark Zuckerberg partnered with this one. You would want ones that the tech lords are partnered with. I believe Jad Man is partnered with Duke. Is it Duke? I think so. Wait. Amazon partners with nuclear. See, that's the other thing. Which one was it? Talon. See, I thought he also had one with Duke. But all these tech lords, they want to be a nuclear power. So, this one. These fucks. I don't remember, some speculatives? Oh, some biotechs. You have Compass Pathways, which I really want them to do well. Psilocybin, that one. And the biotech, Kennedy says, make America biotech accelerate again. This one was a Peter Thiel too. And they were just doing things because this one is based on what our man Marty McParty says. He literally went out and told everyone. So something that sucks about biotech is how long it always took for stuff to get approved. And now we have Marty McParty, and he came out and said that they're going to cut the approval process by making it more efficient using AI. And now it's only going to take from 10 to 12 months to just 1 to 2 months. Dude, this is going to be insane for the biotech industry. Fucking insane. And then We were also waiting for the one guy, who was it? We were waiting for TNXP. They have this fibromyalgia, a non-opioid fibromyalgia. It'll pop them like crazy. See, that's what they looked like when they got, well, at the time this happened, they were only at 19 cents because they sat there for 19 cents like shit, and then they did a reverse split. But now, if you would have had them at 19 cents, then you're up now. But tonics was a long road. But that fibromyalgia. And then, of course, I'm always going to say my sweet baby Humusite that made bioengineered veins and tissues and their pipeline. Humusite pipeline is not even done. They have this thing, pipeline for heart, pipeline for kidney stuff. They're going to slap fucking bioengineered organs into people. Advanced organ systems. Dude, vascular trauma repair. FDA approved. Look at this. They have 4 things in the pipeline, dude. Pediatric heart disease. Fucking people don't want to save little babies? Of course they do. So this Marty McParty shit is excellent. And then if you have Humusite, military, sales, you have to apply to be able to be a military contractor, sell stuff to the military. And the military already likes Humusite because back in 2017, they gave Humusite $3.4 million. And now they need that special designation. They receive special priority designation from the U.S. Department of Defense. Dude, all of these things show that the Department of Defense loves Humusite. The Humusite clinically tested in the battlefields of Ukraine. Dude, those exploded soldiers, they're going to come out like new. I swear. That one is another one. Biotechs could be fun. The psychedelic one, if I said that to you, I don't remember. But, so energy, biotech, rate cuts. These motherfuckers, they're going to cut those rates. And Blend Labs, like you have SoFi popping, Blend Labs will pop because they are AI mortgage brokers. The rates are going to cut. Blend Lab Bank partnership. They are already selling and they're like a software too. They sell this. A digital banking and lending platform provider has formed strategic partnerships with financial institutions. Cross Country Mortgage, Alloy, Proof Identity, Gilly. Dude, these guys doing stuff. They're do stuff. And then you would also have Comp. That one is another one. And then Open Door is a bet. Open Door is just sitting on a fuckload of houses. Like, that's their revenue, Open Door. But this one connects the realtor to the person. Whereas Open wants to try to be like the Carvana of real estate, which, I don't know, people are psychotic nowadays. They don't want to talk to nobody or deal with anybody. So they might just... But these guys, when the rates are cut, that's how they look when shit's popping. So we'll see if Open Door gets to those heights. I might doubt it. Because this was a perfect storm. Everybody liked to invest stuff during COVID time. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with these guys. But this is definitely a good one.